This week on What's Good Cape Cod, we're here with the ladies of Washashore Home in Dennis. Mostly local ladies that are making Cape Cod and New England more beautiful one home at a time. I'm Sarah Lapsley Martin.
And I'm Katie Clancy. Welcome back to What's Good Cape Cod, where we show you Cape Cod through the eyes of a couple of locals.
Each week, we come at you with a new video showing you a person, place, and thing we think you should know about.
And this week we are with Peyton Lambton and Sarah Waldo, who are going to tell us all about what's happening here in this brand new studio in Dennis on Cape Cod. So thank you guys for having us here at your beautiful studio. We are so grateful that you made the time for us. So we're going to start by finding out a little bit about the two of you. So we'll start with you, Peyton. Who are you? Where did you come from? And how did you end up here?
So I'm originally from East Tennessee. I went to college there, grew up there, moved to Dallas, and then I met Chris after we were both on different seasons of The Bachelor and Bachelorette. So he's born and raised in Dennis, said this is where we have to be, and I was in love, so this is where I landed. And then I had our daughter Lila. I decided I just wasn't fit to be a stay-at-home mom. I needed something to do, and after my work with HGTV, I found this love of design, and so that's what I wanted to do. I met Sarah. We found that we worked really well together, and Washashore Home was born.
Awesome. Sarah, what is your story?
So I grew up on the Cape in Dennis, sort of that dream childhood, and actually grew up with Peyton's husband Chris and his brothers, and ended up back here with my two little girls. And Peyton and I teamed up when she and Chris were doing a pilot for HGTV. She and I worked together on the design for it, and after it was over, we were both kind of like, that was really fun. We want to do more of that. And I went to school for design, had been, doing little projects here and there, and we just decided that we would dive right in. So
Wow.
here we are.
So Peyton's from the mountains, you're from the ocean.
Yes.
And now where are you now a little bit?
I'm back and forth between the Cape and Vermont, so it's sort of flipped. Growing up at the ocean, headed to the mountains, and I think you see both the influence of the mountain life, beach life in all of our work, which is great.
So nice to hear about you guys. Let's move on to our place. So we're in this beautiful studio. Tell us a little bit about it, just so people know where you're located and how it all started.
So it was sort of a natural evolution for us. We've been doing our design work out of our kitchens. Certainly in COVID, there was a lot of that. And we were Peyton's basement was exploding with our samples and inventory, and it was time to, as her kids were getting bigger and want the play space, we were lucky enough to, on our daily walks with our kids, find this little spot in Dennis Village where I grew up. Peyton lives with her family, and it just was like the perfect timing, the right fit, a really funky, quirky space. Our landlord was like, can you believe it? They're interior designers. They're going to take over the space, but it's perfect for us, and it's just a really fun little home.
It sounds like a win-win all around. So what happens in this beautiful place besides interviews with us?
So the nice thing about having our own space and not working out of our kitchens is that we can keep all of our samples, everything in one spot, so our clients can come to us. We love going on location, going out to people's homes and taking everything with us, but sometimes maybe you didn't bring the right thing. You didn't bring all of the options. So when our clients come here, we can do our design presentations. We can easily say, that's not going to work, here's another option, and we can pull it because we have everything in one spot. So it makes our design presentations and our meetings with our clients so much more efficient.
And when we have a client who's building a new home or is gutting the one they're in, oftentimes we don't have a place to meet on site. So this has just been a really great spot for us.
I think something that Sarah and I noticed when we walked in, though, is when in this space, we get you right away. We walk in, we know exactly what your aesthetic is, what your vibe is, and if it's going to fit with what we want to do. And personally it fits
Yeah.
just
It's-
right.
Well,
Yeah.
that's
Especially for this, it's not a large space, but what you've done, it's beautiful in here.
what's been really fun about having this space is we've never been able to design a space for us. Who are we?
Right.
Obviously when we come into your home and meet you, yes, we're giving our spin on your style, but we are really trying to pull from who you are, what you love, what's important to your family. And so it might be a design space, but it's really designed as a collaboration between the client and us. And this was the first space where it was like, what do we want?
Well, and for a client too, they say, you talk to them on the phone, well, how do I know that you're the right designer for me? And it's like, well, you can look at our social media, you can look at our website, but you can also come into our space and you immediately walk in and you can know right off the bat that this is for me. And maybe it's not, but that's how the world of design works. All designers have a different style, have a different way of doing things, and you just have to find that marriage that works for you.
That's actually a perfect segue to talk about the thing. The thing, your thing.
Yeah.
And your thing is design. So Sarah, why don't you take that?
I think one of the things I love most about following you on social media is your mood boards. I love them. I do like the
Oh.
before and afters. Those are also amazing.
Yes.
But the mood boards are really cool. So maybe just talk a little bit about that and how that works for your clients.
Yeah, so that's kind of the starting point for any of our projects. We want to give them kind of some direction to lay out the color of the space, put in some textures. We put in a few pieces so they can just see like the framework of how this room might come together. Once a client says, yes, I love all of this, then we can move on to the next phase of pulling the actual pieces of furniture, pulling the samples of the fabrics, the tile samples, whatever the pieces are that are going to create the room, and they can come and see and touch and feel it in person. Then we order the pieces and the room comes together.
So how is it that you guys are different from other designers? There's a lot of designers on the Cape. What makes you special?
Well, I think what we really try and get a sense of is who you are and what is important to you or your family. How do you live? So it's one thing to have a beautiful house, but we've got little kids. Yeah, it has to work for everyone. And some people are past the kid phase. Some people, it's a beach house. They want to get here. They want it to feel like a spa. Other people, they want people to come in with their sandy feet and flop on their couch. And I think, that's a big part of our initial conversation with people is how do you live? What do you love about your house? What drives you crazy? Why are you calling us? And with that, we can jump into whether it's a virtual visit and they're FaceTiming around the house or we're going there or they're, working off new plans and they're like, we just want it to feel comfy or we want it to be a beach house. And, that's really, I think, listening to the client and taking in, those little bits of really what's important to them and not feeling like everything has to be over designed.
And I think our style just in general is a bit more relaxed. We don't take coastal so literal. We do coastal on a minimal side. We bring in textures and colors and keep it more comfortable. You get the feeling of being at the beach without literally saying that you're at the beach. And so I think that a lot of our clients come to us because that's their preference. Everybody has a different preference. And so our clients are coming to us because they want that clean coastal vibe.
It sounds like to me you guys are very good at listening, and that I do know that some designers are, okay, get out of the way, this is what we're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
This is what your house is going to look like. You gave me some ideas, now I'm going.
Yeah.
You never push them out of your way. It sounds like they're always part of the process.
Absolutely. The client should definitely be part of the process. Like, this is your home. This isn't my home. I can tell you what I love. I can tell you what I would put in my home. But at the end of the day, you're the one living here. And so it really should be a collaborative effort between the designer and the homeowner so that they get what they want out of this experience. And we are just steering you into the direction to bring it all together.
And one of the other things we were talking about earlier that I think is important is, you can work with any different kind of budget. So a lot of people hear interior design and they might look at your Instagram and say, wow, I don't think I can afford that. So I think it's, would you like to speak to that?
I think it can be intimidating.
Yeah,
I think a lot of people think an interior designer is well beyond what I can afford. And I think that's another thing that we want to do, is allow everyone the opportunity to get some advice, to get some direction. So it doesn't have to be all or nothing with us. You know, we like to offer options like our mood board, like our one-time consultation. We can do a single fee for that if you're not in a place where you want to bring us on for an entire project. Because you know, there, you can go online, you can go on Pinterest, you can look at social media and websites and get all these ideas, but it's overwhelming. I mean, I even myself, when I did my own home, it's like you scroll and scroll and scroll and scroll and then like bounce all over the place. But to have someone that can say, do this, start with this, build upon this, and that's what we want to do. We want to provide that for people.
Well, and with these quirky Cape homes, there is no Instagram like exact fit. So it's, you know, what do I do with a room this shape or this size? And, you know, we provide that service of just giving you a space planning, you know, roadmap. And it's been...
And I think a lot of people too, with your budget, you know, maybe you just need a roadmap of how do I get from point A to point B? You know, this year I have this much to spend. Next year I have this much to spend. Okay, well, here are the pieces you can put together. This is the direction you should go in, and you can purchase it when it's good for your timeline.
So of course, Katie and I are all about local, shopping local. So I've noticed, like the piece behind you, that you source a lot of things locally. So where are some of your favorite places that you get pieces from?
So our favorite time of any project is at the very end, when we're going in and really just pulling it all together, and we need the pillows, the linens, the styling pieces. We love Elburn right here in Dennis Village. Design Works in Yarmouth Port has the best linens on Cape Cod, really fun pillows. We love the Nines Gallery for art. Also Elburn has great art. Little decorative things we pick up at Scout and Seaside Designs.
I mean, being right here in Dennis Village, like, we're a little spoiled because we have so many great local shops.
Scargo Pottery, like, I think you could find one of their mugs in every single one of our pictures. So yeah, we love our Dennis sources. We love all of, you know, there's so many places on Cape that's just so fun to shop at.
We think that's wonderful.
So you were going to do something special for our listeners on the mood boards. Tell us what that is.
Yeah, so typically a mood board would be $500 per room. And with a mood board, you can go to our Instagram and see what you're gonna get. We will lay out colors, we will lay out textures, kind of give you a direction for the room. You can take it and shop it on your own. You can come to us and say, I want that piece, how much is it? Order it for me. But our typical price is $500 per room. And for your viewers, we will give you $50 off if you mention What's Good Cape Cod.
That is awesome. Thank you so much for doing that. Well, so we're just about done here. Before we wrap though, is there anything else you want our listeners to know about?
I mean, we just want to help. We want everyone to have access to good design and to be able to make ourselves accessible. So, you know, follow our Instagram, send us a message if you have a question about something. Like, we are honestly an open book. We want to help people. So go to our website to see our portfolio, but our Instagram is really kind of our bread and butter of where we are posting and interacting, and you know,
and we want it to be inspirational. We want you to fall in love with the spaces, even if it isn't what you can do as an entire space. If you love that kitchen chair, ask us, where'd you get it? We're happy to share, and we just love helping people fall in love with their houses.
So if someone wants to connect with you guys, inquire about your services, your mood boards, what's the best way they can do that?
So on our website, go to the Contact Us section, click that, and it'll send an email directly to me. You can also direct message us on Instagram. Sarah handles that side of it, so one of us will get it.
Well, thank you guys so
It's
much.
been a pleasure.
We really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for
Thank
coming.
you, yes.
Okay, that was pretty cool. I came away with a bunch of ideas.
Great.
Yes, I think I'll go in for a mood board, just saying.
I cannot wait. I love their mood boards. I can't wait just to have them design something.
I know. All right, well, that's it for this episode. Now you know what's good Cape Cod. If you're watching on YouTube, hit the subscribe button and the bell to get notified every time we drop a new episode.
And if you'd like more information about the Washashore Girls or anything we talked about in this episode, visit our website at whatsgoodcc.com.
See you later.